Buju, wago shindigu, migizi indodem, gazaga squaji mekag, indunjaba. Today I'd like to share a couple of teachings and some Ojibwe phrases that were taught to me when asking for help around things related to our language, culture, and any kind of spiritual advice. When I was first getting started on a quest for knowledge about our language and culture, I had approached an elder who was uh, looking out the window and not paying much attention to me when I arrived at the time we had set for me to meet him. And he was looking out and he was writing something on a piece of paper. And then he crumpled it up and threw it away. And then he wrote something again. And finally, as I was kind of sitting there cooling my heels, wondering if he'd seen me, he turned to me and said, "I want you to learn how to say this, and then bring me some tobacco, and then we can get started." And written on that piece of paper was a simple line in Ojibwe. We weni gibinazikun, gego jigogwejiminan sinongum, giminen asema. And what that means is, I've come to you today with all respect to ask you something, and I'm giving you tobacco. I probably had that line memorized by the time I even got to my car to leave, and it took me a couple more weeks to pin him down. When I did, I said that line, We weni gibinazikon gego jigogwejimenan sinogum giminen asema. And I gave him tobacco. And he accepted the tobacco and he said, "Okay, we can start." And what I learned was much more than that line. I learned about the value and importance of tobacco. And I think throughout all of my cultural and language endeavors, I've always tried to put a tobacco offering first and at the center of my actions. So when I've started a new project, I've made a tobacco offering to our Creator and all the spirits that help us to have things go well, that it'll be useful to people, that it will improve their lives. Uh, Sometime after, maybe a year or two later, I was in the midst of doing transcription work, and I came to see a friend of mine named Scott Hedberg, lived out in the mission area in Cass Lake. And I decided to try out this line that I had been using for some time now. So I came to him in his house. I gave him some tobacco and I said, "We weni gibinazikon gego jigogwejimenan sinogum giminen asema." And to my surprise, he got up and left. And I was there sitting at his kitchen table. And I could hear him as he went back into his bedroom, rummaging around. And I thought, oh man, I must have really messed this up. I probably offended him. Maybe he's coming for a shotgun. And he came out and he was holding a pouch of tobacco in his hand. And he said, "Aha, hinko dapanage de sema amino agiwi binda kunin gagin, de windamunan migwage, kipe jayan, we weni de gogwedwayan, de nundige kandaman yo ogid and wewinanan epitain the monk." And so what he was doing is he came out with his own tobacco and he said, "I'm accepting your tobacco, but I'm giving you tobacco too. And I want to thank you for coming to learn. And I will certainly help you any way that I can." And it really reinforced the power of our customs around using tobacco as a reciprocal offering when asking for spiritual advice, guidance, and because everything in our cultural toolbox is connected to that, in even our language as well, I've tried to invoke that custom when opening up a new endeavor or relationship. And it's always served me really well. The line to get started again, We weni gibinazikun, gego jigogwejiminan sanongam, giminen asema. Miigwech. Thanks for watching today. I'm Anton Treuer. Let's keep in touch. I'm active on social media, and my website has lots of information on my books, speaking engagements, free Ojibwe language resources, resources for teachers, and more. Miigwech.